There's nothing like fall in the Northeast. For me, this is beautiful. For others, it represents a death, right? All the leaves are falling off the trees, and it's dark, and you know, it's gonna get damp and cold, and it's, to some people, this can be gloomy, right? Imagine what the people in Washington State feel like, you know, that it rains there 80% of the time, or London, right? But for me, this doesn't represent gloom at all. This represents life, right? The ending of a cycle for these beautiful souls, these trees, right? They're shedding their skin. In their own way, this is them going into their cocoon, right? They're gonna hibernate like the bears do. They're gonna cocoon like the butterflies do. And then when it comes time for them to morph, right? For them it's the spring, where they start blooming and blossoming again, right? And come to full life. But they're not the same beings that they were when they shed their skin. That's who we are on our spiritual journey, isn't it? Welcome to A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And in this video, I just want to talk about the transformation, right, that you're going through, the metamorphosis. It's like all the seasons, right? If you happen to be in an area of the country or the world where you get the change of seasons, that's like your spirituality, isn't it? That's like your spiritual journey, where with each season something new comes in. For example, fall here in the Northeast represents, you know, the leaves turning color. They become beautiful, right? That's their crescendo, right? And then they start shedding those leaves, making room, right, to go into their hibernation. Some call it the dark night of the soul. Doesn't have to be, but just, you know, getting back. They're going back to the beginning, right? Like when they were growing, right? They didn't have any leaves on them. Just like when we were babies, you know, we didn't have any teeth. Then the teeth grow, their leaves grow, right? So this is the time of their season for them to step back. Remember where they were, right? Shed all that doesn't, that no longer serves them for their highest good. You know, all summer long, you know, other different insects and animals and squirrels were all rustling through them and, you know, creating havoc in the world at some times. Now it's time for them to let all that go, release it, let it all fall to the ground, just like we as spiritual souls have to go through our dark nights of the soul and realize, you know, where we are on our journey, and then step out, right? Shed all that no longer serves us for our highest good. And how does that look like for you? For everyone is different. It can be, you know, letting people go that no longer serve you in your life, changing your job, right? Starting a new career, learning a new trade or a new skill, right? All that time that you spent on investing money into these classes and these things that you started learning, Reiki and you know, self-help things. Now it's time to start putting those things into practice, right? You've already learned those lessons. Now it's time for you to, you know, take off the training wheels and go deep into the practice of it. No more training. Now it's the actual doing, right? Now you have to start doing what you started learning. You put into practice on a regular basis. Make it a routine. Make it your new now thing. That's what these trees in the fall here are doing. They're releasing all, right, that no longer serves them. They're grateful for the lessons that these leaves brought them and all the critters that came to them as a result, right? But now it's time for them to go deep, take what they've learned, root it, right, into Mother Gaia, into the earth. Root it to knowledge and to wisdom, so that in the spring they're springing up new ideas, new creativity, new colors, new leaves, right? New animals to join with, that they're aligned with. And that's what we have to do. Does that make sense? It makes so much sense to me, right? I'm on my spiritual path. I came back to the Northeast, not exactly sure why, but it's part of my growth. Now it's time for me to start shedding some more, you know, although I've shed quite a bit, but there are more things that I've learned lessons about, and more experiences that I've had over the last few months, over the last few years, and now I need to release those and let those go with love, right? And any preconceived notions that I had that I would never return to the East Coast, well, I'm back here, right? What does that mean for me? That means that it was a lesson here that I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to let slip away, right? Because I want to learn this lesson. So I'm back here for a reason, even though I thought I was beyond this. But you're never beyond anything in your spiritual journey, right? If you missed a step, then it's time to listen to your higher self and say, okay, where's that step? What did I miss? And I don't believe that I missed anything, but there's certainly something here for me, and I'm not putting so much effort into it that I'm pushing it away, right? By thinking about it and going, what is it? And oh, it has my guides help me. No, I'm here enjoying this, right? I'm in this park for a reason. The reason was to channel this message to inspire you, right? Change is good. But don't see it as change. See it as a next step on your journey, your evolution process on your spiritual path. You know, there's many paths here. You know, I'm following arrows, and at this point I just stopped looking at the arrows. I'm not worried about getting lost. That's the journey. This is the experience I'm choosing, right? And if it happens to take me a lot longer to get out of this park, so be it, right? Look at the beauty around me. Look at the beings that I'm surrounded with, that are sharing their light and their love, right? And their experiences that are here, right? That I'm rustling through. This is their experience, right? And they're sharing that with me, so I'm truly, truly grateful for that. It's all about seeing the beauty on your journey, on your spiritual path. No matter where you are along that path, it's your path. If you decided to take a detour, great. If you stop for a minute, great, right? But always know that you're doing that for a reason. You're stopping for a reason. These trees stop blooming for a reason, right? But then they regroup, they learn from their experiences, and then they grow again. So here's your opportunity to start growing again, no matter where you are on your journey. And if you feel stuck, right, it's about stopping, right? Get all the distractions out of your way. Shed all that doesn't serve you for your highest good. Find out what those things are that are still holding you back. If you are feeling like you're being held back, it's not, stop with the spiritual bypass, right? Because that's ego. It's about going back, right? Going back to the beginning. I just did a video on that not too long ago. I'll link it here. But it's about going back to something, to an old thought pattern that you used to have, and go, does that serve me anymore? And if it served me then, maybe it's teaching me a lesson now. Maybe I can start integrating that again, right? But it's all about going with the flow, right? And just trusting yourself. This journey is all about trust and allowance and acceptance, right? That it's always now, so don't put so much stock into tomorrow, right? Yes, plan, have a strategy, know the direction you want to go into. But then, while you're in your now moment, ask yourself, what am I doing now that's going to help me achieve what I want to achieve later? Well, my ultimate goal. What am I doing right now? Let me stop and think about that. And try to stay here, right? Try to be present with that until the answer becomes clearer for you. Don't beat yourself up about it, but put yourself in these situations where the beauty all around you, and knowing that these are other beings going through similar things that you are, whether they're animate or not, or whether you see them as living souls or not. I see them as living souls, and I feel them as living souls, because we're all connected. So I can feel that they're where they need to be, and they're learning their lessons, and they're gonna be here now in this moment. Shed these leaves, right? They're not gonna worry about whether these leaves are gonna grow back, because they already know that they are. So already know that on your path you're gonna get the clarity that you need, even if you can't see it right now. You have to start trusting that everything is cyclical. You can step out of those cycles, right, and be the observer instead of the participant now. But in order for you to do that, you have to step back, step out of it, and allow the natural things to happen, the releasing that you have to do in every now moment, letting things go, processing the letting of those things go, right? Because it's not easy sometimes. You have to go through the emotions and the fears and the doubts and the worries and the pains and the anger and the sadness, right? Allow yourself to feel those things. I can feel some of these trees are going through those things. They're upset that they lost their leaves, but they know, they're gonna grieve about it for a minute, and then they're gonna just sit here, right? And that's all they can do. But be in presence. Keep taking in the sunlight and doing their job with it, right? Photosynthesis. Bring it back into the ground to feed the other beings, right? That's their soul mission, to feed us, right? When we ground, which is very important, by the way, we're grounding in those energies that these beautiful trees are absorbing from the sun, right? Because that's the sun's job. Everything has its job. The sun brings us light into the trees converts it into whatever, I forget all that science stuff. But, they root it down, these energies, right, into the ground. And they're all connected underneath with every being. And that's where we get our healing from. That's their job. That's the sun's job. Our job is to take that healing and those upgrades, right, and continue to evolve ourselves, right? And in that way we help others evolve, and that's our job. So keep evolving. Take those steps back. Shed, right? Get rid of everything that doesn't serve you for your highest good, no matter how long it takes. You have to do it on a constant, consistent basis. And realize that being here now and every now moment, present, is all you have to do. Just keep setting intentions for that now moment, and everything you're working towards will become clear, and the paths will keep opening themselves up for you. All the paths, even if it looks daunting or if it looks scary sometimes, the answers are there. Follow your heart, follow your intuition, your instincts, your guts, right? Your soul. That's how you change. That's how you shift. That's how you grow, and that's how you evolve. So keep evolving, my friends. Allow yourself to step back and hibernate when you have to. Process things as you need to, and then let them go. The more you let go and let the Supreme Being and your higher self lead you, the easier this journey is, and the more enjoyable it becomes. So enjoy your journey. It's beautiful. Embrace it. Be aware of it and live it. And have an amazing day. So, are you still stuck, right? You think you're shedding, you're losing more leaves than you're growing back. Well, that's not a bad thing. I can help you figure out why. I am a spiritual transformation coach. Please check out my website here for a free 30-minute decompression session with me so we can figure out, help you figure out why things are happening or why you're stuck on a hamster wheel, right? Keep going around in circles, right? When you need to jump off and step back and start letting your natural instincts take over instead of everything you've been programmed with. We can help you deprogram yourself. You ready to make that shift? I can help you. So, and thank you for spending a few minutes with me. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. If you're so inclined, and leave a comment. Let me know where you are in your hibernation, or your dark night of the soul, or in your journey, whether you're stuck or whether you're moving forward. There's nothing bad about it. It's just where you are. It's your unique path. So, I'm grateful for you. You got this. Enjoy life. Have a blessed day.